Mike Tyson reads patch notes, baby. Let's get it. Okay. You got the new character, obviously. We're kind of seeing the video. If you haven't, you can watch it on patch notes. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go over this. We'll play when she comes out. I'm not too worried about her, to be honest. She looks very broken, though. I don't know if I'll like her, but we'll see. New augments? Oh, these are her augments. I'm actually kind of interested in this. Instead of executing, she heals allies when they damage people that are affected by it. So 100% is kind of crazy. Renegade shield. Probably dog shit. Extra gold. This seems OP. You get extra sustain and gold. Very strong. This one's probably insane. It's probably our best one. Again, I haven't played her. I could be wrong. Skins. Shit's a new skin. We'll pull that up on a big screen. Yeah. Nobody cares. Mommy. I mean, what I meant to say was Chicken Iggy and Scorch. Yeah. We already saw this in the dev stream. New Sparrow skin. I believe this is a Paragon skin, if I'm not mistaken. Just like native. This kind of reminds me of the fucking, what is it, Prey? The Predator movie. Kind of reminds me of the main character from that, honestly. Summer skin. Mommy. Enhance. Let me. Enhance. That's a good skin, bro. I like that. I fuck with that, honestly. Mommy. There's skins for Renna. There's a One Piece, bro. What are you, a fucking old lady? Fucking grandma, mommy. We don't care about this one, honestly. Yuri one's way better. This one's way better, in my opinion. Not bad, though. Not bad. Interesting that she has 2 skins coming out on the release of her release. And then there's summer skins. Mountain Force. Oh, shit. I just spilled my water, bro. Fuck. Terra. This is like Mecha Terra. But, like, not that much of a change. It's like a tier 2 skin. Nobody cares about Terra, bro. Nobody plays that character anyways. It's like one of the lowest play rates in the game. Okay, on the patch notes, these are all bundles. Yeah. Shadow Ops bundles. They have recall animations and jump pad animations. Price updates.
Come, the party's this way.
Um.
Come, the party's this way.
So you can purchase variants of skins directly without having to purchase the default skin. That's a good one.
Way.
I don't know how to say your name. Thank you for the follow, though. Foamy, thank you for the follow. Kirby, thank you for the follow as well. Arjun, thank you for the follow. No Narbussy skin. They're saving best for last, baby. Summer ain't over yet. When I stream Legacy, probably not. Base 3 colors could be 300. Will apply to variants released in this update and beyond. Not variants that are currently in the game, so you can still get some of the variants for cheaper. These are just the skin variant prices.
I would love to sniff the phase feed.
This is Agora. We already know about this. Yeah. There's no orb dunking. There's no harvesters. I believe that's it. Everything else is pretty much the same. There is teleporters, though. Ronan, thank you for the sub. I appreciate the 4 months. We'll go back to the bird nest. So yeah, that's like the big things. Oh, there's like an extra jump pad as well, and you get out of combat movement speed. So you'll be a lot faster out of combat. There is no sprint mode, but there is out of combat movement speed. Nitro's staying. I don't know if they'll keep this or what, or if it'll even be playable on all servers, but they are keeping Nitro for the time being. Blink sound upgraded, jump pad changed, level up time changed. Sound of Hunt Crest is now prominent, so you can actually tell when you upgrade via sound cues. You can tell if the objective gets stolen, I guess. And you sound of the level up battle pass. I thought there was going to be more in this, honestly. I was sure it's more like general sound improvements. Main menu, it goes from a 3D to a 2D version. I don't know if this is better or worse. I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's better or worse? I feel like it's worse, but at the same time, I don't really care that much because it's the main menu. But like, I don't know if it's better or worse, honestly. I don't really care that much, though, personally.
The party's this way.
K3, thank you for the follow. Okay, actual balance. Woo! Downside no longer has fucking first pick and first and last band, dude. Thank God, bro. I don't know why it took them so long to fix this, bro. Holy shit. Such an annoying fucking thing to have to deal with, bro. First pick and last band is so OP. Like, oh, they finally fixed it. I missed permanent ranked. We already know that's in the game, bro. That was in the dev stream. Did I miss that at some point? I didn't see it, but like, there is permanent rank now, yeah. Ranked will be 24/7 permanently. I didn't see that section if it was in there. Argus. There's extra mana regen from his passive, or like his augment passive, where he gets mana back. Cooldown on his sun decrease. I don't know why they're buffing Argus. I feel like this character's really strong. I think he's very good right now. I don't know why they're buffing him. I think this is a bad buff.
I would love to sniff the phase feet. God forbid a man has some fucking...
It's already permanent ranked. This is technically a ranked test. It wasn't official until this patch. Surges, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate it. Boris, getting buffed. Probably needed, honestly. Extra damage mitigation is 2. And his ult is extra HP damage, so you can alt tanks and do a little bit more damage. Very minor buffs. Might make a difference. Countess. Max health 2 damage down by 1%, and she gets extra monster damage on her right click. Will definitely make her better in jungle. I don't think the max health 2 damage actually makes that big of a difference, but it might. We'll see. I wish they would just make this change to magical or change to physical instead of being true damage, and it would be a lot more balanced. That's like the easiest way to do it. I don't know why they want this to be true damage so bad. Decker getting giga buffed for like no reason. This character is already insane. Already probably the top support, if not second best support. And she's very solid in mid. She will by far be the best support after this patch. I don't know why they're giga buffing this character so much. Extra slow. Cooldown on the fence lowered when you level it up by 2 seconds. That's an insane. That's like a big buff. And the right click does a lot more damage. It's the right click, right?
The party's this
Or
way.
is this a center hit on the ult? I forget. I think this is a center hit on the ult. I don't know why it says secondary. This is a mistake. This is the ult, I believe. Extra 40 damage on the ult, max rank. Very big buff. I don't know why they're buffing this character. This character's insane. This character in Drongo and Argus, I don't know why they're buffing that. Drongo heal grenade, buffed early game, nerf late game. It's fine. Fang Mao getting nerfed. His Q, so his shield, longer cooldown, can't bubble as much. Isolation bonus damage on his 2, lowered by 4%. This ability hits twice, so there's no 2% nerf, but it's technically 4 because it hits twice. Not that big. Earth Shatter, 5% less damage, 5% less execute threshold. Increased pen scaling, so like a lot of people are going this like augmentation, like no pen build. If you go pen, you'll do a lot more, you'll execute a lot higher threshold, but you have to go pen. Which just is like, this is a nerf to his current build, but it's a buff to like the way that they want you to play him, which is full assassin. But I don't think this actually matters that much. You're still going to execute people at like 900 HP. What's up, Loxy? Meow. Get in, shield augment, scaling decreased. Probably a good thing, honestly. His Q getting longer cooldown. I don't really agree with this. I don't think Gideon's top tier right now. Void Breach also 1 second cooldown. Ult also 10 seconds. Gideon is getting absolutely criminalized for no reason. He's not even really top 3 mid right now. He's like arguably 3rd, but like it is a criminal. These are criminal nerfs. I'm not gonna lie. These are absolutely criminal nerfs. And I'm not just saying that because I play a lot of Gideon. That's actually like criminal nerfs. Greystone, cooldown on his 2 lowered, but the scaling is higher. Sorry, so longer cooldown, scaling is higher. Decent nerf, honestly. Health, base health lowered, good nerf. Right click does less burst damage. So you're gonna get bursted a lot less. And the ult cooldown longer early game. Just very minor adjustment to Greystone. I like these. These are good. Did kind of strong with the Timmy's IMO. Maybe that's why. All right, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up the Gideon win rate in like gold real quick because I'm just curious. Where's it? Heroes, ranked, PB, gold rank. And we'll sort by win rate, and we'll sort by mid lane. Gideon mid lane win rate is, let's see, in terms of mid laners, you have Decker, number 1, mid lane win rate, in terms of like characters that I normally played in mid. And you have like Shimby, Faye, Morgash, Howitzer, Iggy, Scorch, Gideon. Gideon is barely above a 50%. It's like 50.3. Absolutely terrible win rate in gold. I don't know if that's true. It's definitely not a Timmy nerf. That's for sure. What's up, Mers? How you doing today? Grim, missing HP healing when you shield something, getting nerfed. Probably a good thing. Grim's really strong right now. Doesn't really get played, but he is really strong. Fix an issue with not getting a reset after you execute somebody with the ult on the ult augment. Needed. Very good change. Less attack speed from his 2. Very minor nerfs. Not going to really affect him too much. Kira, buffing the ult aug to give you extra healing. I still think this augment sucks. You can only use it during your ult, so it's just tied to an ability that's kind of ass. Because like you don't really play Kira to ult. If you do, you're not playing it to sustain. You're playing it to just get your damage off before you die. Or you have like an insane 5-mana ult. Chimera, less physical armor, less scaling on his Q.
The party's this way.
And the right click cooldown early game nerf. I don't know. This is a Timmy nerf. This is a nerf for literally the most like. This is a nerf for the bots. That's what it is. It's a nerf for the bronze players. His character is pretty like average and high rank, I would say, if not kind of bad. So like him getting nerfed again is a little criminal in my opinion. But apparently in like gold and shit, he has like a 60% win rate. So like I don't know, get better at the game. Like I don't know, kind of a criminal nerf in my opinion, but I digress. We move on. Kwong getting absolutely criminalized for another patch in a row, bro. This guy has had like all of his abilities nerfed like 3 or 4 patches in a row. His Omnivamp augment getting nerfed. People don't even really go this augment. I think that augment's pretty good, but it is getting nerfed. The ult cooldown augment getting nerfed. The passive augment also getting nerfed. Or sorry, the passive augment's not getting nerfed, but there was a bug where you could get 5 passive stacks instead of 3. So like kind of a nerf. More of a bug fix though. As far as the Q, less base damage, less scaling. Gotta do a lot less damage. It's ult doing less damage. Character is just I think this character is probably just ass now, honestly. H-Bomb, think of a follow. Cherry, think of a follow. Draz, think of a follow. Morgash, movement speed decreased. Physical armor decreased. Magical power healing. And mana cost increased on the right click. Another Timmy character. Absolutely blows people out in the Timmy lane, in the Timmy lobbies. I think she's not terrible, but I don't think she, like, needed to be nerfed per se. I think, honestly, just his movement speed nerf would have been enough. I don't think they really need to nerf anything else. The movement speed nerf, though, I'm actually okay with. Morin, fix an issue. Contagious damage would always be at level 1 when applied by Eclipse. That's actually a pretty big buff, to be honest, because a lot of people go this augment. This means you'll be getting a lot more damage in fights. Not like a lot, but like enough that it could actually make a difference. That's a new hero. I haven't played him, so I don't really have too many opinions until I play him. Orange attack speed getting increased. I believe this means that he attacks slower, if I'm not mistaken. But he attacks faster when he levels up. So like his level 1 attack speed is lower. I could be wrong. Is this right? Does it say here? Sorry, his attack speed is faster, just in general. My bad. I misread this. I kind of hate the way that they read this. I wish they would just say attack speed increased. So yeah, he just attacks faster. His passive now scales with bonus HP. This is a huge buff, by the way. This is an absolutely insane buff because you build him HP. Right now, it only scales off of magical power. Now it scales off your bonus health. This is actually an insane buff, especially to solo and jungle. You also get extra attack speed when you level up, as opposed to being passive at 15%. This is a huge buff to his passive. Morner's really good already. He's going to be a lot better now. A lot more viable in jungle and solo. Very good buff, honestly. His character got a really big buff for like kind of no reason. He's also another character like Decker. It's like top tier in support. This just buffs his other roles, so he's a better flex pick. And he's still good in that support role. So like, I don't know why they're doing this.
The party's this way.
Murdoch getting his right click cooldown nerfed or buffed early game. So lower cooldown, late game it's the same. Probably needed, honestly. He's falling behind a little bit compared to the other ACs, but the other ACs are just so strong. Very good character still, though. Norbash, extra attack speed levels up. Nobody gives a fuck. His character sucks. Right now, the game is too fast for him. He's too slow. It's just not good right now. SDG, thank you for the follow. You can still play Norbash. He's just not OP. Rampage, less regen. That's it, really. Less regen. Cooldown on the jump early game. It's actually like a really big buff because you don't really level this ability first. You level rock second, so you go like 2 into rock. You level this last. This is actually a pretty big buff because it takes 2 seconds off of it at all ranks. But like this first rank, going from 20 to 18 is a huge buff. Later in the game doesn't actually matter that much, but because you'll have cooldown at least when you level it. But like this early game buff is actually huge. Richter, you can get cooldown reduction when hooking a target at close range. I don't even know how that makes any sense, but okay. Less health, cringe, less movement speed on those two. Skewer getting less damage. I don't know why we're criminalizing this character, but we're also buffing Decker and Morn. Yeah, I don't know. Meta Sport's really good right now. Metro, thank you for the follow. Meta Sport's really good right now, but like, I don't know why you nerf Richter, but you buff Decker and Morn. It makes no sense to me. I do think like Richter needs to be nerfed. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know why we're nerfing Richter, but we're not nerfing the other top supports. It makes no sense to me. Severog getting buffed. Its augment, his dash augment gives him an extra stack. So from 2 to 3, this is a 50% buff. Probably his best augment next patch. The execute also going up 1% is a pretty big buff. It's a 20% buff. This is also really good. These two will be really strong next patch. The knockback augment going down is bad because you can't just remove somebody from the fight, but it is also better because now you can set up for your team a little bit more with it. So it's like, instead of knocking somebody completely over your team and out of the fight, you can now knock them into your team more correctly. So like, it's a nerf, but I don't know if it actually affects it that much, to be fair. But all of these are like really good still. These two getting buffed is like insane. This is like a nerf, but not as big of a nerf as you might think. Base HP going down, base regen going down, attack speed going up when you level up, and Omnivamp on his passive going down by 2%. Character's still going to be absolutely insane. Buffing his augments, but like slightly nerfing his base stats doesn't really make a difference. This character will still be insane. Shimby getting extra shielding on her too. I fucking hate Shimby, bro. I don't even want them to buff this character because I'm so tired of seeing Shimby. She was meta for like a year. I fucking hate this character. But she does need it. She does need to be buffed. Extra scaling on a right click, probably irrelevant. Extra scaling on shielding is kind of relevant. I don't think she'll be good, but she'll be definitely more playable. Drink some water. Bro, I'm drinking water this whole time, man. I'm going through it right now, Denim, okay? Can't teach passion, baby. Can't teach passion. Sparrow, less base HP. Hell of arrows execute minions at a threshold higher than intended. I didn't even know that was a thing. As far as I was aware, abilities can't execute minions anymore, so like I don't know why this is even like a thing.
The party's this way.
Cizo, the CDM, think of a follow. Her 2 getting a longer cooldown, probably a good thing. Her right click doing less base damage, max rank, not that relevant, honestly. And then they all getting slight damage nerf. Character's still going to be insane. She'll have a little bit less prio though because of this fix, but character's still gonna be insane. I think you're saying it's no. It says above at a threshold higher than intended, implying that it still intends to execute, but it shouldn't. Like abilities aren't supposed to execute. I was a big nerf to Iggy when they did that. They made it so abilities couldn't execute minions anymore at the threshold. This implies that this ability still does, but it does at a higher threshold, which is weird. Steel, less damage reduction in the CC immune augment. Probably needed, honestly. Steel support's pretty good right now. Steel solo lane's like alright. Less HP, less armor growth, more attack speed. Character's still gonna be fine. Less shield from his passive. It's whatever. 1%'s not too big. Right click, less base damage, but more max HP damage. This makes him a lot stronger in solo. Also stronger in support, but you won't have as much base damage, so like you're better at hitting tanks, you're worse at hitting squishies. Still really strong. Overall, I would say this is a buff, even though the right click is 0.5 seconds longer. I think this is overall a buff, in my opinion, in terms of the right click specifically. And then the ult, less base damage early game. So I'd say it's pretty neutral overall. The right click did definitely get buffed, though, in my opinion. Going from 2% to 4% early game is like a huge buff. What's up, Whiteheart? How you doing today? How's Want? Good morning. Terra, kind of getting criminalized, I'm going to be honest. Her HP and power base going down, armor growth going down, physical power on the auto attack going down. Her 2 lower cooldown, early game, slightly higher late game, doesn't really make too big a difference. Projectile speed increase, this is a big buff. The ult duration not lasting as long and having a longer cooldown. Overall, a nerf in my opinion. I don't think she really needed to be nerfed, but yeah, I don't know. Should be resting my tongue, not yapping these patch notes. Hey man, can't teach passion, baby. Wukong, Masterful Mimicry, Augment, don't worry, you get free clones. Takes a little bit longer. Health decrease. Auto attack scaling decreased. You get 30% less damage to minions on his slam. His auto attack and like range block gets less damage reduction and does less damage. Cooldown on his right click, the dash, is going to be longer. Early game, you level at second, so it's not really too big of a nerf, to be honest. And then his ult clones do less damage, so like your clones do less damage. They also have less HP. Very small nerf. I don't think this makes too big of a difference. Honestly, the HP is probably the biggest nerf here, and the auto attack scaling. The rest don't actually make too big of a difference. This hurts his mid lane a lot, and like his side lane. I don't think this hurts his jungle at all because it's monsters. So like this actually is just a nerf to the lane. So I don't know if this actually makes it so you can't play him in the lane anymore, but it will make his laning a lot harder. You won't be able to insta clear lane anymore. Yin, extra physical power base, so you start the game with 4 extra power. Kind of a big buff, honestly. I think Yin's already pretty good right now. Her lash kick, her grab, also getting slightly extra base damage. This is irrelevant, but 4 extra base damage is kind of significant. You'll clear a lot faster early game, and you'll be a lot stronger early game, and that's her weakest point in the game. So, she's a carry. You get to late game, you're a carry. This is a pretty big buff because it helps her early game a lot. You're already going to get nerfed. We already knew this was coming. Healing on her Q nerfed. Very necessary. I was suggesting that they do this. It's one of the reasons she's so strong. Getting like a 500 HP swing on a 5-second cooldown is kind of insane. The HP on the skull that floats around you after she dashes through you is decreased. So you're not going to get bounce damage as much. Kind of like not too big of a nerf. The right click cooldown going up by 0.5 seconds. This shit needs to be like fucking 12 to 10 seconds, honestly. Like, this shit should not be 6 seconds. Actually insane. This ability is one of the reasons why she's so strong. It's because she can just constantly poke you with this on like a 2-second cooldown. It's kind of insane. Ult damage going down and the slow from the ult going down. This is a good nerf, but like this shit just needs to be a longer cooldown. That'll honestly just fix the character, I think. Still gonna be very good, still gonna be very strong. Yeah, not really much to say about Yuri. Good nerfs, but just a little bit more, I think. She'll be balanced. She's like almost balanced now, I think. Just a little bit more, and she won't be bad every game. She'll still always be good because her kit's just good. Like, she's one of those characters that, like, no matter how many times you nerf her, she's going to be solid just because her kit's good, or she'll be borderline unplayable. Like, she has to be solid or she's unplayable. And I don't think they want her to be unplayable, so, like, I think just a little bit more nerfs and she'll be, like, solid but not OP. Items, you get extra scaling on hunt for tanks, so tanks will be able to be a little bit stronger at clearing. Brutal Axe, the tenacity duration doesn't last as long. Judgment, the cleave healing is less. The Ordish is getting buffed, you get extra movement speed, but it doesn't last as long. I don't think any of these matter. I still think you're never going Assassin Crest. I think Assassin Crest still sucks. As far as Judgment and Brutal Axe, I mean, Fighter Crest is still just better. It has better stats. It's just a better crest. I still think you're going these every time. Tranquility, you get extra healing. I don't know why. I think it's kind of insane. They wanted to combat Silentium, but Silentium's just so strong because it's a CC and it also does like a respectable amount of damage. Yeah, I don't think you buff Tranquility. I think you just nerf Silentium. People are building Tranquility because it's bad. People are building Silentium because it's just OP. That's it, really. Ashbringer cooldown reduction reduced against like minions and camps, so it will like I don't think this actually matters because like you're not hitting minions in terms of like team fights, so it just nerfs like clear with the item a little bit. I don't think it actually matters that much. So like Echo, you get an extra auto attack. This could actually make the item a lot better because the attack speed that you get doesn't really matter that much because 45% attack speed, but it only works for 2 auto attacks. This having an extra auto attack makes it like it's just like a 50% buff. This is actually a huge buff. Might actually make the item a lot better and useful. Augmentation, less haste. Item's still going to be insane. I mean, it just has everything you want. True damage, power, haste, cooldown, HP. Like, it literally has everything you need. I don't really know how they nerf this item enough, honestly. I think you just make the auto attack not true damage, and it would be a lot better. But I think that's the only nerf you have to do. But good nerf. I mean, the item is OP. Basilisk getting some more of its haste back. Still like an average item, I think. But will be a lot more buildable now. I think 5 extra haste early game, like getting 20 haste to start the game is pretty strong. So might be a little bit better. Hit Crunch is Sleeper. I mean, you just have to pick into certain things, right? Earthshaker getting its nerf back. So it used to be 15 stacks and go up to 50%, but they nerfed it to 12 because it was people were building it and they thought it was too strong. They're just reverting that change. Item's still fine. I don't think people are gonna like. I don't think this actually makes a difference. I don't think people were building it that much when it was 15%. I don't think it matters when they nerfed it to 12. It's the same problem. Gonna be okay, but like, it's Earthshaker, right? It's always been like okay. It's just it gets outshined by other items like augmentation and stuff like that. But the item's always been pretty solid. Gaia Greaves getting 6% bonus health scaling on the damage proc. 10 less base damage, and the physical power is going down by 40%, so it's worse on bruisers. But because every bruiser builds HP, this is actually a buff. Because, like, if I'm playing a bruiser, I'm going, like, augmentation, berserker's axe, shit like that already has HP. So this is actually just a buff, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure this actually just does more damage now. It's just worse, like, first item. Like, sometimes you go, like, all into this. It's just worse second item, but it is scaling better into the game. Veggie, thank you for the follow. But like this shit's already good, so like I'm pretty sure this is just better now. Miss Meadow, extra 5 power. Items kind of being built a little bit. I don't think it's bad, but I don't know if it makes a difference. It still has no HP. I think Absolution is just a better item. Not terrible, but I think it's just overshadowed by Absolution. Overlord, extra 0.5% health cleave. Kind of a nice buff, but I don't know if it's enough to make it good. The game's just too fast for Overlord. It just takes too long to get it online. It takes too many stacks. 2 silver, 5 less power. Cringe, but, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Ella Frost, 60% more damage to monsters, so you can actually go first item and clear. Survivor, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate
Look,
the prime. Welcome back to the Bird Nest. Hope you're having a good morning,
losses are the
buddy.
ones that you don't that like are realized. You know what I mean?
Ella Frost a lot better at clearing. That's it. Slow duration increase. This is actually sleeper. Big increase in the slow, then also duration. Very annoying to play against. And also a better first item for jungle monsters in terms of junglers. Does not help lane clear though. This is not extra damage against laners, so like it's not going to be as good in lane. But big buff to the jungle clear with this item. Void Helm extra 5% healing. This item's actually kind of super OP. I don't know why they're buffing it, but yeah. Let's see. Anything OP here? Mm. Fix an issue where an Arb and Yuri could blink during an ultimate. Can you not blink during an Arbol anymore? That's a huge nerf. You're supposed to be able to blink during an Arbol. Yuri ult, you're not. But an Arb, you should. That would be a huge nerf to an Arb if you can't ult, if you can't blink during the ult. They fixed a camera lock on Feng Mao ult. I know a lot of people complained about that. Yeah, I don't know. I'd give this patch like a 4 out of 10, honestly. A lot of the changes I just don't agree with. And I think are like Timmy balancing, but just my opinion. Juan, thank you for the follow. I'd give it like a 4 out of 10, honestly.
This way.
Like the legacy stuff is great. 24/7 ranked is great. The skins are great. As far as the actual balancing, I'd give it like a 4 out of 10. I think the actual balancing is subpar in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. Not terrible patch. I mean, it's definitely not a good patch, but it's also like the stuff that's not the actual balance is great. The actual balance itself is pretty dog shit in my opinion. So I give it like a 4 out of 10. But yeah, that's patch notes for the boys. Brought by Mike Tyson, bro. That shit is rough to get through. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot talk right now. I'm gonna need to take a break from talking in a second.